Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Karthini, MD dermatologist from Apollo Clinics. Today we are going to discuss about a very common condition in a lot of population, which is acne. In the beginning, I'll give you like a small brief introductory about acne, and then we can start taking questions on acne. Um, so I, I get a lot of question as to what is acne. So acne is nothing but it's a condition of oil glands, and this condition is also very commonly known as pimples, which is a layman's term. So acne is nothing but it's pimples, which is usually which occurs on the face. So this is a condition of oil glands, and it usually occurs around the puberty time, because around that time our oil gland starts to produce more amount of oil than normal. And upon that overproduction of oil, there's also cloggage of these oil glands. So then the acne starts to pop on the skin. Usually it starts like very common blackheads and whiteheads, and then it goes on aggressively to become those red inflammatory bumps on the skin. Also, this is associated with a lot of hormonal conditions. So not only in teenagers, though it is very common during the puberty time, starts around that time, highest peak is in the puberty time. It is also seen in the adults, which is 30, 31 above, and cause for that would be hormones again. So it has a lot of things to do with the systemic condition of the person, with the systemic associations as well. It is not just a skin problem, it's a reflection of all the hormonal fluctuations that keep happening in our body. So let's see if we have any questions. I think we'll wait for more people to join in, and then we can start having questions. If any questions, please feel free to ask. Get a question saying, is acne related to hormonal imbalances? Absolutely, very much, because when I said it occurs the highest during the teenage, during the puberty, that at that point of time also there are a lot of hormones kicking in our body. So it is the mirror of all the hormonal fluctuations that occur in our body. Can weather conditions impact acne? Yes. Also, apart from oil secretion, like I mentioned before, there is clogging of the oil glands. Okay, the clogging can lead to increased inflammatory red color pimples and all of that. And that clogging is very common if the weather conditions are not very favorable, and those weather conditions can be very hot, humid kind of weather conditions. So if you are in a very tropical country and also a humid kind of temperature and all of that, acne tends to aggravate. I get another question which says, what causes acne in adults? Like I already mentioned, if it's an adult acne, we'll have to go through, we'll have to rule out a lot of hormonal causes. Hormonal causes can be anything, starting from PCOS. PCOS is the most common hormonal causes of acne in women. Apart from that, we'll have to check the testosterone levels, prolactin levels. If any of these hormones are not in place, then definitely it can cause acne even in adults. So we were just talking about the weather conditions. So apart from weather conditions, there are also a lot of triggers to acne, though the core reason of it being the oil glands and the hormonal imbalances. The other aggravating factors are obviously the weather conditions, the food habits. Someone who has really unhealthy food habits, like deep fried food and a lot of milk consumption and all of that, it does trigger acne. Does one have to go through tests to diagnose acne, or their treatment? Okay, acne again, it occurs in severity. The starting severity are just something like whiteheads and blackheads. For that, you actually don't need any diagnostic test or any like invasive diagnostic test. But if your acne is really red, cystic, like those big painful bumps on the face, then might be we will have to check with your other conditions also, which is just a clinical thing. And maybe if we find something abnormal in that, we will have to do certain amount of test. And for the treatment, again, severity basis. If I'm treating just the starting stage of acne or even moderate stage of acne, I don't think I will need a diagnostic test for that grade of acne. But if it's a serious, severe grade 3 acne, then I will have to run a few diagnostic tests. How can I reverse acne scars? Why are we talking about acne? Because acne is very common during teenage. There's no harm in having acne, but the only downside of it leaves scars, which are almost scars for life. And once acne leaves scars, when I mean scars, a lot of people have pits on the skin surface. I don't mean the pigments, which is like brown spots, but the pits. The skin is not smooth, the surface is not smooth. There are several pits. Those pits are nothing but acne scars. And once the acne scars form, they are literally scars for life. You have to get them treated later in life. So only for that purpose, I recommend people to get acne treated in the early stages itself, so that it does not have to go to the acne scar treatment. Coming to your question, can I reverse your acne scars? Yes, you can definitely improve and make them less visible. What is more effective to cure acne issue, home remedies or medical treatment? Okay, home remedies, uh, I am not against it if it is only grade 1 acne, if your acne is not bad. But if your acne is really bad, you've been suffering from acne for a lot of years with that, red pimples on the face, home remedies are really not going to do anything. And also, someone who has like inflammatory acne, there are chances that they could aggravate their acne even more with the home remedies. Suppose a lot of people are in the habit of taking steam, applying all that home packs and all of that. Few of them actually aggravates acne. Um, Another question which says treatment options for acne scars. A lot of treatment options, Vaishnavi. See, if the scars are not so severe, just the superficial scars, we can just go ahead with something called subcision and do a little derma rolling and all of that, micro needling and all of that. If the scars are really bad, then we'll have to do treatments with energy-based devices like laser machines. Couple of sessions, maybe 4 or 6, and then you're good to go. The scars improve with those many sessions. Does face mask or sheet cause too? Yes, definitely. Face mask, they clog the pores even more, especially if the face mask have a lot of heavy ingredients in it. It is going to aggravate acne. So how to identify acne, I am going to just point out on this. Acne is very easy to identify. They're nothing but those tiny pimple bumps on the face. So those are nothing, those pimples are nothing but their acne. And a lot of people keep asking me, is acne only common on face, or are there chances that we can get it on any other parts of the body also? Yes, it is very common on the upper chest, on the back, and on the face. Why these areas? Because these oil glands are highest in concentration on the face, upper chest, and on the back. So not only on the face, you might get acne even on the chest, upper trunk, and the upper shoulders and all of that. Can certain medications cause acne? Yes. Again, a lot of people have the sudden trigger of acne. They wonder why, because then we'll have to check with what are they taking, what medications, is there anything new? Yes, medications like steroids used for several other conditions, OCPs, oral contraceptive pills and all of that, they do cause acne. Does acne reoccur after the course of treatment? Again, this really varies from person to person. If your lifestyle is bad, if you're doing all the triggers for acne, as in I've talked about the food trigger, the home DIY trigger, the weather, and if your hormones are not in place, definitely acne can occur even after successful course of acne treatment. Does dry skin also lead to acne? It does not lead to acne, but dry skin can occur, acne can occur in any skin type. But usually acne is common in oily skin types more than dry skin types. And I also get a lot of questions on dandruff and acne. A lot of people ask me if dandruff causes acne. It is Dandruff never causes acne. It is actually a other way around. Like I said, it's a condition of oil glands. So those oil glands are maximally concentrated on the face, upper chest, upper trunk, shoulders, and also on the scalp. So when there is increased oil secretion, acne happens on the face with the clogging of the pores, and also with that, dandruff also happens in a lot of patients very simultaneously. So a lot of patients have acne and dandruff occurring at the same time. Another question which says, when should one consult a dermatologist for acne? See, if it's anything beyond the first grade of acne, like I said, first grade of acne is only blackheads and whiteheads. They can any day turn into inflammatory, painful red pimples. So first and second stage, I don't really recommend any, you don't have to really consult a dermatologist. But anything beyond that, if you see a pimple on your face, not just one, two, I mean by that, if you see a lot of pimples on your face, which has like on and off fluctuations and all of that, painful, yes, definitely you have to see your dermatologist. It is not going to get cured with home remedies. Why is acne painful? Acne, in the beginning stages, it's not painful. Say when the acne is red, when you try to touch it, it is going to pain because there is a lot of inflammation that is happening over that single pimple there. Yes, again, food habits, very important for acne. Food like milk and milk products have direct relationship with acne. Milk increases something called testosterone in our body, and that testosterone acts on our skin directly, causing pimples. So anybody who has severe acne, I always tell them to avoid dairy and dairy products. That is the one most important factor for acne. And second food factor for acne is deep fried food. Basically anything that is in high glycemic index food. So deep fried food also falls into that bracket. So anything that is deep fried, sugars can be in any form. It can be in your chocolates, desserts, or carbonated drinks. And also high glycemic index food is also white rice. A lot of individuals have a lot of white rice and all of that. So white rice, if they can cut down on it and substitute it with anything else, that would be better. But the first the first food that they have to avoid for acne is milk and milk products. Milk products being cheese, butter, all of that. What is the basic regime to take care of acne? Is there anything specific skin routine to follow? Okay, basic routine to take care of acne. I would suggest always have a face cleanser which has something called salicylic acid in it, which kind of washes away the excess oil and also the bacteria on the skin. It has the as in the oil secretion is regulated with that, and a lot of people think if they have acne, they have oily skin, they don't have to moisturize their skin. It is actually very good to moisturize your skin even if you have acne, because it is going to reduce the oil secretion when you start using it over the period of time. Once you start using a moisturizer, maybe 4 weeks or 6 weeks, you will see the difference that your skin actually starts to produce less oil. And again, you can use something called benzoyl peroxide, all of that, if you have just first grade of acne. What kind of food is good for acne? Food, anything that is rich in antioxidants is good for all kind of conditions, not just acne. So anything that is vitamin C rich and antioxidant rich is good for acne. Does too much toner cause acne? No, toner can never cause acne. Toner is just a step a lot of people do to maintain the pH of the skin. That's about it. But toner can never clog the pores unless it's like a expired toner or something that has very irritant substance in it. It doesn't really cause acne as such. Common cause for acne. I get asked this question very commonly. Common cause for age for acne. Usually, like I said earlier, it starts during puberty. The peak is in the teens, so the 17s, 18s, and 19s. That is the peak for acne. Having said that, it can definitely occur beyond the teens also. In the 20s, late 20s till the late 20s, acne is pretty much common. But if someone is having, especially in the females, if they're having acne beyond 30, 31, then we will, it is called adult onset of acne. We will have to rule out other hormonal issues which could be related to acne. If there are any more questions, I could take them up. I've got a question here which says, how do we manage oily skin with acne? Usually acne, like I said, it is common, very much common in oily skin. First, you will have to make sure that you control the oil secretions of the skin. So using something like salicylic acid in your regime is very good. And also, if the acne is too bad, as in the second grade, third grade of acne, definitely do visit your dermatologist, because they are going to put you on medications which is going to regulate your oil production of the skin and also help kill the bacteria which causes acne. Someone asked me, is it because of heat caused by medications? No, it is not because of the heat generated by medications. There's nothing called heat generation with medications. It is because of the other side effects of certain medications that it could aggravate acne. Can people with dry skin get acne? Pretty much people with dry skin can get acne. Though it is very common in oily skins, it does not mean that people with dry skin or normal skin types can't, they don't get acne. It can pretty much occur in even dry skin types. Is acne hereditary? In certain population, yes. Acne can be hereditary added with other aggravating factors. A lot of people with hereditary kind of acne As in, a lot of people in whom the family history of acne is very strong, but still they don't have it because there are no aggravating factors or triggering factors for them. Any suggestions to keep the T-zone less oily? You could use some over-the-counter prescriptions like benzoyl peroxide and salicylic acid to reduce the oiliness of the skin. I think that's it for today. Uh, so we will wrap up on this. So this was all about acne. What is acne? What are the triggering factors of acne? When do you have to see a dermatologist? Okay, I hope this session was helpful. Thank you.